timber, petrol, flour, maize. Grain, 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 timber, petrol, flour, maize. Power stations, chemical works. Boom! The lighthouse. 30 foot of black metal. Here we stand, at the port. Our eyes see it all. We walk still
Amongst a sea of movement and change.
Watching ships loading,
unloading, loading, unloading.
We are an entrance for newcomers.
unwelcome enemy, secret, darkness,
Escape. Attack.
a shore of safety, industry,
A departure point. A lookout. A blockade. The edge. The end. The peak. The head. The head of the river.
Portishead.
Portishead. Portishead. Yeah, that's what they used to call it.
Oh, pot shoot!
Posset.
We have trawled through history, discovering stories.
700 years. 700 years of stories.
We will bring you drama, though perhaps not all historically accurate.
We may have embellished. Quite a bit, actually.
Shh. There are many more stories to tell. We have only chosen a few.
And we tell these stories in the most special place of stories.
You will walk among thousands of stories in a moment. Stand among them as you watch us.
700 years.
Your stories, our stories, of the past. And with these stories, we look towards the future.
We have uncovered the earliest record of Portishead. Follow me. We have uncovered details from none other than the Doomsday Book, a report saying that in 1086, there are only 13 men in the whole of Portishead.
And a slave.
Yeah, and a slave, all residing in our lovely village of Portishead. Let's cross over for a really accurate flashback of what times were like back then. Oh look, here they come now. Sadly, we don't have an actual story for you about these lot, but we do have some suggestions. First off, they were all really handsome fishermen. And they were worthy of any of the females in the area. All of the women squabbled at the fish market to get their pick of the most handsome catch.
But I kept them fed with the crab, lobster and shrimp.
Or maybe none of the women in the area were even interested in these men. 13 lonely men who couldn't even let a wife.
Yeah, because they all stunk of fish.
Or maybe there weren't any women in the area at all, so they all lived together and loved each other. Hang on. Now that can't have been right. There are 25,000 people living in Portishead now. So that just doesn't add up. Oh well, those were our suggestions for you. Who knows what this lot got up to back in those times. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the 13 men.
Let's go catch some fish!
the pub,
And a slave. Hello, and a big welcome to you all. I am the Vicky here of this lovely church called St. Peter's. You can call me Humphrey. These are my church wardens.
It's 1637, a very long time ago when the rules were very, very strict. We look after the lovely church here in Portishead.
Yes, now that the Puritans in charge, it's our job to make sure the church is kept nice and peaceful and sacred.
Even Christmas is cancelled, which is a great shame.
Yes, fun is off the menu these days. Apart from my services every Sunday, they're quite fun, aren't they?
Yes, Vicar, they're very fun.
So you won't see much going on these days. We have strict orders from the authorities that the church needs to be kept free from drunkards, merriment and frivolity.
Boring.
Shh! Oh look, some local parishioners.
We were just wondering if it might be right if we had a game of fives here in the churchyard.
I don't really think we can allow it. Fun is off the menu, remember? We don't want to give the church a bad name.
Hang on, Vicar.
Okay, well that's it to you.
Oh, thank you so much.
Great shot, Mary. Fabulous backhand.
Thanks, Elizabeth. It's all the practice.
Good day, Vicar Busby.
Good day, fair ladies. Have you come to pray?
No, we were just wondering if it might be alright if we practice our dancing here in the churchyard. We've got some new moves we'd absolutely love to show you. I know it's not really allowed, but we could just practice over there. No one would notice. We keep the noise down and you won't even know we're here.
Yes, if we are really supposed to be stopping those kind of things at the church these days, I don't really think we can allow it.
Vicar?
Okay, well that's it to you.
Thank you so much. Good day, Vicar Busby.
Day, fair ladies. Have you come to pray?
No, we were just wondering if we could have a game of cudgel here in the churchyard.
We used to have so much fun before those silly laws came in, and we do love a game of cudgel.
I know it's not really allowed, but it would be so much fun. We've got ale.
Yes, but we are really supposed to be stopping this kind of things at the church these days. I don't really think we can allow it.
Vicar?
Okay, well as it's you.
Oh, thank you so much. Actually, we could all game. Who fancies one?
No.
All back. Everyone get into 2 teams. Whoa. Smash! Stained glass window!
Okay, it's okay. I'll just have a little chat to the caretaker about that. It's fine.
Oh, good.
Actually, who fancies a fight?
Who wants to fight me? Yeah!
let's have a fight.
Yeah!
Let's
fight
get
you! Are you sure, Mary? Oh, yes. I can beat that peasant. Fight!
Oh no.
We're so sorry.
Hear that?
More rebellion. A few years later. Come with us to Battery Point. My name is Sir Thomas Fairfax, the greatest parliamentarian that ever lived. I'll lead my troops here to victory over King Charles I and win the Civil War for Parliament.
You're the greatest! You are the best, Fairfax! Yes!
Now there's just a small matter we need to deal with in a small village of Portishead, West Country, I believe.
Right, sir.
Yes, sir.
What do we need to do, sir?
We need to clear Battery Point, currently occupied by some local cavaliers.
We don't want no civil war! Don't find another war! No supplies to come this way! Leave our town and go away!
Stopping the supplies getting through Bristol, sir?
Blocking the supplies so we can't fight the war, sir.
That's right, Commander.
We will need to outnumber them and scare them.
Any chance they could join us?
as long as none of them are stupid royalists.
They look pretty strong to me.
Right, Clubman, show them your muscles. You haven't been doing all these Joe Wicks workouts for nothing.
Okay, everybody, let's get to it. Trot, 2, 3, 4. Trot, 2, 3, 4. Trot, 2, 3, 4.
There's a lot of them coming. They look a bit fierce. There's a lot of them, Bob.
Trot, 2, 3, 4. Trot, 2, 3, 4. Trot.
We don't want no civil war. Go and find another fort. No surprise to come this way. Leave our town and go away.
May I introduce myself? I am Captain MultiStory. This is my group of clubmen. I have been summoned by the Great Honourable Thomas Fairfax to sort out this commotion.
Stop! Hey, what are you doing? Yeah, what are you playing at? Do you really want to do this?
Okay, put your sticks down, lads. We surrender.
What? I wanted to go fight. Have you seen them with all their thingies? Yeah, true. Let's go.
To the pig. Game of football with one of my piglets.
Yay!
Well, that was jolly easy, wasn't it? Well, let's go back and tell Thomas, shall we? Let's go. Trot, 2, 3, 4. Trot, 2, 3, 4. Trot, 2, 3, 4. Right. So, Thomas, our job is complete.
What? I knew you could do it, lads.
Yay!
Let's go round to my house and have a cappuccino.
Oh, jolly good, let's go!
Surely good.
Let our waters take you downstream a few hundred years later. When Portishead was a town of quaint loveliness.
A sleepy, quiet fishing village with only 300 people.
Friendly, quiet, and peaceful.
Walk to the path, you'll see.
Welcome to our little village of Portishead.
We love our little village. We look to the east and we look to the west. Living in Portishead is there.
The country air and swimming in the creek. Jump right in, it'll make you squeak. The water runs right through our town.
We normally jump in on sunny days, and most of all, I like collecting fossils for my mum. We always find hidden treasure down here at the creek. Wow, look at that.
He's coming! He's coming! Dr. Simon! Dr. Simon! Dr. Simon! Jump! We love you, Dr. Simon! Wow, look at him go!
Really cold in here. Goodness me, I must get back to my patient.
Bye, Dr. Simon! Bye, Dr. Simon!
I'm Miss Liverer, and I'm Mrs. Brown, and we make cakes that are the best in town. Cakes for sale. I'm Patsy Brown, and I sell lemonade. It's so sweet.
I catch fish. Whoa, that's a whopper.
That's the biggest fish I've ever seen!
I make potions for the lady in the village. She wants to try my new recipe.
Look at my artwork of the beautiful countryside.
The land here is perfect for my animals. Smell that country air.
Look at this beautiful blossom. I must take it home.
We look to the east and we look to the west. Living Portishead is best. We love our little village. Bye-bye, come again soon.
Hello everyone and welcome to the 1700s. It was actually a very long time ago. And welcome to our lovely little village of Portishead.
We love our little village. We look to the east and we look to the west. Living in Portishead is best.
The country air and swimming in the creek. Jump right in, it'll make you squeak. The water flows right through our town. We love to jump in on sunny days. Dr. Dominic likes to jump in at high tide. He's coming, he's coming! Dr. Dominic, Dr. Dominic, Dr. Dominic, Dr. Dominic. Jump! It's chilly cold in here. I must get back to my patients. Bye-bye, Dr. Dominic. This land is perfect for my cows and sheep. It's out poking for the ladies in the village. We catch fish. Well, that's a whopper, all right. Now then, children, not too close to the water. We love to collect fossils here at the creek. I'm Mrs. Limerick. And I'm Mrs. Brown. And we make cakes. They're the best cakes in town. Cakes for sale. We to the east and to the west. Living in Portishead shore is best. We love our little village. Bye-bye. Come again soon.
All change. Now come and see the 1800s, the Victorian boom. Here's where the big change came, the huge tidal wave. The boom. The village becoming a town where everyone wants to come. The boom. The explosion.
An idea.
Landed here. Cozy little village to busy town.
Ideas.
Landed here. Boom! A village becoming a town. Bristol Corporation, the tidal wave. Taking over. Boom! 100 years of change and growth. Come and see the tide of change. Grain, timber, petrol, flour, maize. 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 Power stations, chemical works. Boom! The lighthouse. 30 foot of black metal.
To some, the lighthouse was a place of tranquility and calm. To others, a port of call. To many, a place of guidance.
This is a story about my son, Charlie. He was always getting into trouble, stealing, fighting, that kind of thing. He just wouldn't listen to us.
Charlie.
Yeah, whatever.
So he was sent to us here on the HMS Formidable, led by me, Captain Fedden. Attention!
All right, sir. What are you going to teach me then?
Get in line. They're all the same when they first arrive.
March.
March 2, 3, 4. March 2, 3, 4.
March 2, 3, 4. March 2, 3.
I love being here. I felt like I belonged to something. Being here kept me off the streets, and I really learned to settle down. If I could put the clock back, I'd go back tomorrow. I loved that school. It made men out of boys. And in my view, it was all down to Captain Fedden. He understood me, and he knew how to get the best out of me. It was an inspiration, and I'll never forget my time at the Nautical School.
Attention!
Sir!
Great Britain declares war on Germany! 1914, our water, like a wave of destruction, watched over our families and our precious lives destroyed right here.
We watched as danger and misery flooded into every corner of our town and homes, a flood of chaos. There was such a sense of euphoria and patriotism that swept throughout our young men of Portishead. You remember, Edith?
Yes, they were all running to enlist in the army and the navy. Our brave boys, answering the call.
And so they marched away to fight for King and country. I remember waving goodbye as they boarded the train here in Portishead.
And all of them thinking the great adventure would be over by Christmas.
Remember the concerts we used to have down at the old Flute Hall? And the Red Cross getting ready to care for the wounded.
We even collected eggs for the fighters.
And on the docks, all that petrol being canned for the war transport. And that horrible methyl, or whatever it was called, being made for the explosives. Our brave soldiers.
Percy Stewart, age 26, died 1918, body not discovered, born in Portishead.
George Rendell, October 1918, born in Portishead, body not recovered, age 26.
Edward Smith died aged 17 in 1914 when his ship got sunk by a German submarine, born in Portishead.
Hugh Smith died September 1918, aged 20. He was born in Portishead and he lies here in this churchyard.
Joseph Abraham Robinson died aged 37 in 1917 in action in Jerusalem, born in Portishead.
Ernest William Lawrence died October 1918 in Malta, born in Portishead.
Ernest Gilbert Besant, born in Portishead, died in Ypres. He was a labourer on Portishead docks.
Charles Jackson died in 1916, aged 26. He was one of the first men to join up after the outbreak of war, born in Portishead.
Joseph McGill, March 1917, aged 40. He was a physical training instructor at the National Nautical School, Portishead, born in Portishead.
Arthur Coombs, July 13th, 1915, age 18. He has no known grave, born in Portishead, died in action, Gallipoli.
Roderick Freckman, died in the line of duty, age 47, born in Portishead, 1915.
1, 2, 3. If you wanna go to heaven when you die, wear a pair of khaki breeches and a tie. Wear an old felt bonnet with WLA on it if you wanna go to heaven when you die. If you wanna go to heaven when you die, wear a pair of khaki breeches and a tie. Wear an old felt bonnet with WLA on it if you wanna go to heaven when you die.
Great news, girls. We can put our names down for volunteer work at the fire station. They're terrified about all those factories on the docks being blown up and all.
Blown up!
If the nail factory goes up in flames.
Flames!
We're done for. Whatever we can do to help, I say.
An intensive training program including how to deal with bombs, anti-gas lectures and drills. Let's go, girls. We'll do this together. Voluntary first aid post at St. Peter's School. Put me down. Mrs. Broom. Mrs. H. Broom.
The sandbag fillers. That's what they'll call us, Eileen.
You'd never believe bags of sand would be so useful, Dottie. Look how busy the folk hall is today.
Audrey Jones, sir. I was a tank driver, then a teleprinter operator. I'm from Portishead, sir. I'm 18. They brought me here in a car with blacked out windows. Bletchley Park, sir. You want me to work here? Be an honour, sir.
Dad, I know I'm only 18, but I want help. I want to do my bit. Conscription for women is illegal now. I'm going to be in the naffy. Training starts tomorrow in Westland. Gladys Banwell is going to be a cook.
Get your free coat here, Gale Yard, Station Road. Edie George is the name. Always happy to serve you.
Ladies, Betty here. I'm launching a campaign called Come Right In. You'll get a circle in a couple of days. It'll encourage everyone to make prior arrangements in case their home gets damaged by the enemy. Please read it.
Evelyn Baker here. Aircraft recognition. Yes, sir, that's my forte. A calibration balloon helps me to correctly work out the altitude of the enemy aircraft. Come with me. I'll show you the battery hut at Redcliffe Bay.
Rations? We got our goods from the countryside. We had rabbits, rats, and even sometimes eels from the estuary.
I got the job working in the munitions factory on Nor Road. I'm going to be making the screws for the aeroplanes. 16 and a half, and I've already got my first job.
Great to have you with us. We work on the assembly line. I'm Mary. You're gonna love it here.
I got my Land Army medal today.
Well done!
And guess what I got it for?
What?
Don't forget about catching those rats.
Well, of course, but they were going to eat my vegetables, so I decided, why don't I just eat them instead?
Lovely!
The church bells. They've been silent since 1939. To hear those bells again showed that we'd come through. Our town could live again.
Growing these vegetables.
Yeah!
Ladies and gentlemen, we will now present to you our dramatic version of events of the 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, and
noughties
in Portishead. 100 years of some jolly rapid change. Ready, everyone? Position, hats!
1950. Loads of industry going down the docks, busy place for the buildings and stuff. Ready? Go!
Grain, timber, petrol, flour, maize. Grain, timber, petrol, flour, maize.
Population check, 4,471.
And a few more houses and stuff. Ready? Go!
Grain, timber, petrol, flour, maize. Grain, timber, petrol, flour, maize.
Stop! 1964, the railway station closed down.
Bye-bye.
Stop! Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. That was our version of events of the 50s, 60s,
70s,
80s, 90s, and
noughties
In Portishead.
You built too many houses.
Well, that's my job.
Grain, timber, petrol, flour, maize. Timber, petrol, flour,
Power
maize.
stations.
Grain, timber,
Phosphorus.
flour, maize.
Lighthouse.
Let us show you what our waters watch over now.
Cases are surging.
Cases are surging.
Cases are surging.
Where your mouth?
Stay home, stay safe, stay home.
I just can't afford you.
Stay safe, save lives. Eat out the house.
Wear your mask.
Stores closing.
Yes.
Cases are surging.
I just can't connect to the Zoom call.
Stay safe.
This will end.
In my wrestling and in my doubts, in my failures, you won't walk out. Your great love will lead me through. You are the peace in my troubled sea. Oh, you are the peace in my troubled sea. This is Antonia. She sang outside elderly residence homes throughout 2020. The residents opened their windows to hear her sing, and she brought sunshine to the gloomy days spent alone. Your great love will lead me through. You are the peace in my troubled sea. Oh, you are the peace in my troubled sea.
The nursery in Portishead delivered nappies and milks around to people in need. They put other needs before their own.
Stephanie Hicks came to her neighbour's aid when she needed medicine for her sister.
For her neighbour's son to take the stress of her friend while she was homeschooling her two boys.
Ella Johnson made masks for the community to raise money for the Children's Hospital. She managed to raise over £1,000 for this charity.
Local neighbours made group chats to contact the neighbours if required.
NHS responders from Portishead called out on the elderly residents to see how they were doing during the pandemic.
Charlie Moss trained with St John's ambulance workers in order to help NHS workers with vaccines. He did all this even whilst trying to revise for his GCSEs in Gordona.
Georgia Osborne encouraged those around her, including myself, to reach out when they needed it the most.
Family, friends, and neighbours went shopping for each other and left small gift packages on each other's door.
Little Paws Rescue Centre in Portishead looked after people's cats when they were very ill.
Teachers created silly videos and worked hard to make sure students were okay.
Nick Williams made the NHS clap into a socially distanced get-together.
People made homemade masks in their own time, so they didn't have to take masks from the key workers.
In my wrestling and in my doubts, in my failures, you won't walk out. Your great love will lead me through. You are the peace in my troubled sea. Oh, you are the peace in my troubled sea.